Hi guys, Adriel Esparza, your Southern California direct lender, SoCalDirectLender.com, and I have an important question for you. Is right now really the time to buy? You might hear it often, especially from realtors that may just have one thing in mind that might be a commission at the other end. But logically, is right now the time to buy? Well, I would argue with 2 points absolutely the time is right now. Number one, the California Association of Realtors, which is called also known as CAR, they're saying that historically, the time to get the best deal is during the winter months. Why? Because really nobody else wants to move. So if you want to be the crazy one that wants to move right now, you're going to get a deal out of it. So right now, in that respect, from the psychology and from the general timing of a deal, right now is time to buy. But now let's just talk about just some general inflation and appreciation and stuff like that. Does that make sense? Is that really the best use of your money? Well, if you give me a moment, I'd like to show you exactly how the appreciation works with just a simple 5% down, $400,000 purchase. So if you don't mind, let's go ahead and just get into it right now. If you look at it here, you're looking at a home price of $400,000. Closing cost of roughly around 2.5%. For sake of conversation, it's around $10,000. Now, if I go to California, I'm going to do Arkansas, but I want to show you that the rate of appreciation over the past year was 7.4% throughout the whole state. I like to be more conservative. I like to say that we're going to be, let's call it 3.5%, okay? Where we have 3.5% appreciation, pretty much half of what you're seeing, what you saw this past year. So based off of a 3.5% appreciation, you have 5% down. And let's just look at this over the next 5 years. What does that look like? Well, if we go down and we scroll this down, first you're looking at 3.5% appreciation over 5 years. Obviously, you have 400,000 the first year, but just over the first 5 years, you're at 475. Not bad, and that's on a very conservative 3.5% appreciation. You throw in there the closing cost. That's why I put that in there, because I want to see, okay, well, there's not just the down payment, there's also closing costs. Let's say you don't get one of those loans like that I can potentially offer you where you have the closing costs paid for either portion or all by the lender or the seller participates. Let's say it's all on you. What does that look like? Well, you're still going to be up 65 grand after 5 years. This is my favorite chart though. With the 5% down that you have, what does that mean as a return on investment? For example, on this 400,000 on $20,000, you're looking at a 325% rate of return on investment on that 5%. Where else can you get that? And this on immensely conservative numbers, half of what it was last year. And even with rates going up a little bit, affordability still being where it is, I absolutely do believe that right now is time to buy. And in fact, if you're working with a very smart realtor, they're telling you the exact same thing. If there's ever a time to buy, it's right now. Should you need help with the financing, I've got an awesome 5% grant program where there's money that's actually given to you in certain circumstances and income limits. Just give me a call. My telephone number is 714-493-3693. And you can also look me up and look up all my reviews and everything through SoCalDirectLender.com. Thanks a lot for your time. I look forward to working with you. Goodbye.